Hello, it's nice to meet you. I'm Ann Williams from Georgia State University, and welcome to our display here.
Yeah.
This is actually a project on visual communication, and the goals of the project are twofold. The first goal of the project is to present data in ways that are more accessible to classroom experience as well as to journalistic professionals and practitioners. In my own research, I model a lot of public opinion data, political communication data, and I model that audience studies data, oftentimes in approaches using hierarchical linear regressions and tables and charts, right? So what I decided to do is figure out a way to make data more accessible by illustrating that data presentation through what we call a burst. Okay, this is a burst. We see bursts everywhere, actually. They're naturally occurring, right?
Awesome.
We can even see them in children's toys, even things like Tinker Toys, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and what this is, what a burst represents, and this is a very simple four-pronged burst, is a case that has four descriptive characteristics that are radiating around this case. Okay? In this situation, let's think of these as four different forms of demographic variables. We've got at the top age. Here we've got something connected to education. Here we have something connected to income. And here we have, since you're a political scientist, something connected to political ideology. Okay? So here's one clustering. Here we have another individual case that in some ways looks quite similar, because, well, let me pick a different case.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we just have to go this way. Same colors. Nope. Have to take this up. Okay, we want to make sure that these are lined up. Okay, we want to make sure that these are lined up here. Okay, and between these two cases, we can now see variation on those four descriptive variables. So if we were to put this on a linear grid or a radial grid, we can actually compare these two groups. Maybe these four predictors, because we're seeing differences in length here, represent significant mean differences on those four descriptive cases. We can also think about these bursts with respect to groups, okay, comparing groups. I recently did a study on global warming, and I looked at the difference between those who are skeptical of it, thinking that it has to be something of that's driven by man or only natural causes. And then there's people who say, no, 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 it really is the marketplace and other forms of manufacturing that drive this, this global concern. Okay, we could look at those differences with respect to outcome variable. So this particular paper said media fragmentation is something that plays into global warming skepticism. Perhaps these purple lines represent differences in fragmented media consumption. Okay, and this you can see illustrated in the paper, right? But it presents data in a way that's more graphic. Okay, it also allows us to think about those data points in the context of larger space and time. It helps make the data more accessible in the classroom, and finally it's something that you can use as a means to make public opinion data more accessible to media practitioners and journalists.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes, of course, thank you.
Thank you.